Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
Hello, welcome to episode 227 of the Atom Radio Best Bits podcast. Back after a missed week last week, and for that I apologise profusely. But on the way, harvested from the show this week, making up the best bits. Got a case of mistaken identity. Speaking of identity, we've got Rishi Sunak's double, potentially. Old Tap becomes very popular in America. We discussed the benefits of being friends with me, and they weren't even my suggestions either. What is Amazon Prime Day all about? We found a bridezilla as well. We invented a new word. And also, we discussed top tips for getting salad at the harvester. All that and more in the next few moments on the podcast.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
There was a story where apparently Alex Carey, the Australian wicketkeeper, had not paid for a haircut. And this story then went viral. Alistair Cook read it out on the BBC, on TMS as well. It turns out it was nothing to do with Alex Carey at all. It was in fact a case of mistaken identity. I do believe Alex Carey is not the guilty party here in terms of the haircut, and that's all good.
This is Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
11 minutes to 7 o'clock morning, and welcome to Monday. It is Mark Denholm at breakfast, banging out the anthems on Atom Radio. Blur said to make everyone forget why modern life is rubbish for one jubilant evening at Wembley. Remember back to the 90s and the Battle of Britpop, where it was said to be Oasis versus Blur versus Pulp. In all fairness to Damon Albarn, I don't really think he can sing, can he? And that was a bit of a problem, really. It was always Oasis versus Pulp. And to be fair, Battle of Britpop, always Oasis the winner.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Rishi Sunak told by voters he's dead like a dodo, while others compare him to a snake and a mouse as the PM faces a triple by-election blow. The one thing that I picked up on over the weekend, and I've seen it before, is there is a meme going around at the moment, which is a split screen of Roland Rat, the 80s TV icon, on the left, and Rishi Sunak on the right. And I must admit, I can't get over the similarity. Sorry, Rishi. I every time I see you now, rapping. It's just what I think of every time I see you.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
Morning, welcome to Tuesday. It is Mark Denholm at breakfast. How British crockery became big business in the US. Quaint homeware brands founded by socialites with very traditional English aesthetic send Americans potty. I don't know why. I'm not really into all that old crockery and stuff like that, you know. Just give me a mug that's big enough to have a decent sized portion of tea in it, and I'll be happy with that. If I can get a decent mug of tea, I'll be happy. I don't really need fine bone china with the hand-painted periwinkles, as it is, that Hyacinth Bouquet would once have said. The Royal Doulton with the hand-painted periwinkles, not for me.
Mark Denholm at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Yesterday on the show, we spoke about the benefits of being friends with you, and this was all because Emily Ratajkowski's best friend Babs Jean detailed some of the benefits of being BFFs with Emily, including luxury holidays and eating at top restaurants. What I wanted to know yesterday were the benefits of being friends with you, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to stick my neck out on the block here. I'm going to ask this yesterday on my Facebook. So yesterday after the show, I posted, this morning on the show I asked, what's the benefit to being friends with you? So I may as well ask, in your opinion, what's the benefit to being friends with me? And there were some varied answers. Ian Baker, I get to win Chuck the Puck game at Coventry. That's all the years of practice I gave him at Slough, I'll have you know. James Bridges, I love James. James and I used to work together on Time 106.6. He's a top man and a brilliant broadcast journalist. If ever you need one, James is your man. James said elephants, and there is a story behind that as well. Alex B. Can I enjoy chatting all things radio with a fellow professional, plus your photos are rather ace too. Nice chap, eh? Tony Schaldoni, the fantastic former ice hockey referee, retired far too early, he did. You have a great warm-up CD, said Tony. And Simon Church said, tickets to Lords. Simon and I went to the cricket a few weeks back now, England versus Ireland, and we had a lovely day at Lords. And Stephen Hicks said, excellent karaoke sessions. I've only ever done karaoke once, and it was with Stephen Hicks.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Let's have a look at the top 5 of things that we only ever do at the weekend. At number 5, see family and friends. At number 4, follow your hobbies. At number 3, have a lie-in. At number 2, got to verbalise this carefully, ladies only ever seem to tidy themselves up at the weekend, and that came from a lady. And at number 1, the top thing that we seem to only ever do at the weekend is go out.
Mark Denholm.
At breakfast. Podcast.
Today is day 2 of Amazon Prime Day. Did you grab a bargain yesterday on Amazon Prime? I'm going to be honest, I did not go shopping on Amazon Prime yesterday. I'm trying to think of like if there's anything I want. And the thing is, whenever I've done Amazon Prime shopping in the past, I've always thought, yeah, do you know what? I'll have a look for this and this and this. And I go on and I search. No, not in the Prime sale. No, also not in the Prime sale. And I just think, no, they're just flogging stuff really that they can't get rid of. I saw a tweet yesterday as well, reference Amazon Prime Day. Here we are on day 1 of the big discounts, and still there's a toothbrush on sale in the Amazon Prime sale for over 130 quid. How can you pay 130 quid for a toothbrush?
This is Mark Denholm.
At breakfast.
Atom Radio.
Now today, I would like to ask you, what would you do in a situation? Okay, now earlier on I mentioned Richard Brown's wedding. This is not Richard Brown's wedding, all right? But it is a wedding. And I want to know what you would do in this situation, and I'll tell you the story. One nearly-wed stunned her guests when she sent out invitations to the wedding. Now, obviously, if you get invited to a wedding, then normally you're quite happy about this. You think, yeah, I can go and celebrate my friend's big day, and that's all well and good. The only thing is, though, with this, where most couples have day guests for the ceremony, and then they add to that with evening guests for the reception as well, this bride and groom have done it slightly differently, and rather than having day guests and evening guests, they have guests and servers. You heard me right. If you get a server's invitation, you can only agree to attend the wedding if you agree to take on the role of the waiting staff. I reckon she's just trying to save a bit of money on the wedding, if I'm honest, but this is entirely true. Explaining the situation on Mumsnet, a friend of one of the guests wrote, couple getting married were on a very low budget, but they still wanted a nice fancy wedding with all sit-down meals and servers, so they hired a town hall for the afternoon tea luncheon with only close friends and family invited. Others that were less close friends and family, in order to have the privilege of attending their wedding, had to agree to serve them at the event. So basically, you can get invited as a guest if you are very close family or friends. Otherwise, your job is to be the waiter or the waitress. That's not right, is it? What would you do in that situation if you get an invite saying, dear Mark, we request the company or your company at our wedding. However, you have to be a waiter or waitress. On air at atomradio.co.uk.
Mark Denholm.
At breakfast. Podcast.
Atom Radio, morning. Mark Denholm at breakfast, banging out the anthems. It's a Thursday morning. It's 19 minutes to 8 o'clock. Sunny spells and showers today. Showers. Sunny spells and showers today. Scattered showers. I've abbreviated that into scours. That'll do. I doubt, to be fair, you'll hear that on the BBC or Sky or ITV. Scours. Doubt it. Dry this afternoon. Warm in the sunshine. Highs at 23.
Mark Denholm.
At breakfast. Podcast.
A woman has been branded ungrateful on our favourite website, Mumsnet, because she wants to return an engagement ring. I love Mumsnet. I'm not even a member of it. I just love reading news stories that come from it.
Mark Denholm.
At breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Boris Johnson has still not handed his phone over. This is a phone from May 2021 that he had to swap it. He says because he can't remember the passcode to hand it over. Now I'm thinking that it could very well be 5427. If you've got a phone in front of you that's got the keyboard open and you look at the letters on 5427, that's a probability in his case.
Mark Denholm at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
10 to 9 morning then, Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. I'll tell you a story about that. A few years ago now, I went for dinner with my friend at the Harvester, and I loved that song, right? And it was playing in the restaurant, but it was playing slow. And I'm wondering now, sat here wondering, and I've often wondered about this, and it's just come to me now. I wonder if they were using old tech and they were using a tape and the tape had stretched. I don't know. It's a possibility, isn't it? Help yourself to the salad cart, go slowly, then you'll be in time with the music. It could be
Mark Denham.
At breakfast. Podcast.
The song in question was Joe Jackson and Stepping Out from Friday. And obviously, working with music and being a DJ, I'm well aware of the impact of changing tempo of the song. And it definitely was playing slow. And I'm wondering now whether the tape had just stretched or whatever. I don't know, but it wasn't great. You know, and you're about to sing to your favourite song in your head, because I wouldn't have sung in front of my friend having dinner. And all of a sudden you realise it's going very, very slow. And yeah, it was a strange situation that was. But anyway, thank you as always for checking out the podcast. If you're going to a wedding this weekend, hopefully it's not the wedding of the Bridezilla. And hopefully you can go as a guest and have a lush time, whatever you are doing across the weekend. I hope you have an absolutely amazing weekend. Certainly the weather isn't great for this weekend. If you are listening on the 15th of July when this comes out, the weather isn't great. But make the most of it. And we are back on Monday at 6 a.m. on atomradio.co.uk, on Streamer, TuneIn and online radio box. Check it out live Monday morning.
Mark Denham.
At breakfast. Podcast.